by the water.
Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and welcome to the show, y'all. Listen to me, y'all. Oh, gal got Tim on tape. Getting instructions. Shake the spot. Do me like this, do me like that. I mean, she done got in every position that you can imagine to get in, right? Under those circumstances, right? And she don't mind. She's enjoying it. But she's being real devious, y'all. Being real devious. You know what I'm saying? She recorded the whole thing. The main thing about this recording is she got his voice on there. Telling her to do this and do that and how much he liked to hear this and telling her that you're doing this for me and all this and that. She's telling him, I'll do anything for you. And she eases it in. Let me show you how calculating and devious she is, right? She says, I know I'm doing something that your wife won't do. And he's so caught up at that moment, he's not even recognizing what's going on. Guess what he says when she says that? That's right, baby. Do it for daddy. Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. Devious. Calculating. But see, he can't think. He can't think past go. He all caught up in it. He think he got the big head. You feel what I'm saying? He think he above the clouds and what's going on, right? Being played like a funky piano. Being played just like a funky piano, y'all. You know? So now old gal, she about to make her move. She got to find out what old gal number is. In order for her to make sure that she has the leverage that she needs to be able to contact Tim's wife when she wants to. And she's serious about being able to put him in a position where he's going to do what she wants him to do, when she wants him to do it, how she wants him to do it, right? But let me show you something about how short-sighted she can be and how anybody that's trying to play the card that she's playing can be. Listen to me now. I need you to pay attention to this, right? I'm trying to give you something. See, her whole aim is to conquer, right? She wants Tim. Check me out. She wants Tim, right? So she's got this recording of Tim, right? She got this recording of Tim telling her to do this and do that and shake the thing for her, right? She don't mind that it's her on her and she all wet. She don't mind that. You feel what I'm saying? So when she gets ready to pop her whip, she's not going to be thinking ahead like she should be. Now let me tell you. Listen to what I'm finna say. So when she gets Tim on the phone, right, a week or so later, right? Because this next week that's coming up is her time to go visit. See, Tim done had a visit with his wife and kids. He's happy, all this and that. He thinks everything is smooth like butter. Smooth like butter. You know what I'm saying? So when it gets time for her week to come up, he tells her, hold up, his wife is coming. So then she pops her whip. Ha, wait a minute. Hold up, I'm coming too. He's like, nah, we done talked about this. She said, no, I'm coming, and if you keep on playing with me, I'm going to say something to your wife. And he tells her, he threatens her, don't be saying that to my wife, I'm not playing with you. But she says, no, I'm not playing with you either. You with me now. And he said, I ain't finna be going through this with you. You tripping. Then she said, no, hold on, let me let you hear something. So she hit that button. She hit that play button on the phone. And then he hears all of this ooh and ah and all this and that, right? But the main thing that he locks in on is his voice. He knows his voice when he hears it. He's telling her to do it. Shake the thing. And then she said, no. She said, I got the whole thing on here. The whole phone call when I was doing what I was doing for you, I got that whole thing. And if you tell me I can't come visit you, guess what? I'm going to be setting up in that parking lot and ain't nothing you can do about it. And I'm going to let your wife listen to it. Then what you going to do? Now listen to me. Tim leaned back in that chair when he was sitting on that phone. Now the pod is full of people when you were on the phone, right? He leans back in that chair. It's almost like he can't breathe. So a couple of the guys that see him, they ask him when they walk by, I said, bro, you all right? Because they could see his face. His whole face done twisted up. He sees everything that he ever imagined that was going to happen in his life when he got out to be with his wife and kids. He sees all of that fading away. He don't see none of that happening no more. None of that. And he's angry, but he know ain't nothing he can do. He in the penitentiary. He can't stop her from meeting her in that parking lot. He can't tell his wife not to come. He can't tell her to come. Hey, what do you do? But let me show you something what she's not thinking. This is what I wanted to show you. See, she thinks by holding this over his head that he gonna stay with her, right? See, she ain't even thinking clearly. She ain't even thinking clearly. Because see, once she lets his wife listen to that, everything is done. And plus, on top of that, now that she's played her card with him, he don't trust her no more. See, before they had a common bond, right? They had a common bond. See, the deception that they were playing, the game of deception that they were playing was the glue that was binding them together. He was fooling his wife and she was playing along with it. You know, when he told her in the VG that it's business, and she stamped it. So that at that moment they became one in the deception. And now he sees that was not the case. He sees that she was miles ahead of him in the game. And there's no way for him to catch up now. So he's trying to figure out, how do I save my marriage? How do I save what I really want? What's most important to me? Now, y'all know Warren Buffett. Let me tell you about this statement that Warren Buffett, this comment that Warren Buffett made, right? It was a phrase, rather. And somebody that I believe is a very intelligent guy, Trey, you know what I'm saying? Happens to be my pastor, too. He's teaching this class one day, and he was telling us about different people and all this. And Warren Buffett is one of the richest men in the world. And he was telling us about this phrase that Warren Buffett says, right? And I'm hoping that I'm going to get it right, but you'll understand what I'm saying if I mess a word up here or there, right? But it goes something like this. Don't risk something that you have for something that you don't need. You hear me? Don't risk something that you have for something that you don't need. See, Tim risked everything that he had. What do I mean by that? What did he risk? He risked his family, his wife and kids, the trust that they had in him. He risked his integrity. He risked the respect that his wife and kids had for him. He risked everything so that he could blindly make some ends meet that could have been solved another way. Could have been solved another way. But he ended up coming to prison, and then when he came to prison, he still didn't learn that he was risking everything again. And he put himself in a situation that he's compromised it all now. And he runs the risk of losing his family, losing his wife, losing his kids. All because he wanted to make sure that he could take care of them. But see, the way he wanted to take care of them financially is what a lot of us do. We don't let our morals and values drive the decision. Well, you know what? Yes, we do. I'm not going to even say that. We allow our morals and values to drive our decisions. That's what we do, right? So if your decisions are being made from a corrupted or trauma-based value system, then the solution that you're going to come up with, listen to me now, is going to be one that can continue to add trouble to your situation, right? somewhere along the way, even though he was working, he was married, got 2 kids, so he's a good person. We're good people. But somewhere along the way, his value system got corrupted, and he started to believe that he could use this method to make his family whole financially. No, his values were off. He was willing to risk his family to save his family. You understand? And that is not, no, no. You're not saving your family like that, y'all. Because if you get caught, you come into the penitentiary or something worse. Or something worse. You might need to take a harder look at your situation. Cut back on what you spend. You feel me? Learn financial literacy. Do something other than something that will risk what you have. And that's a loving home. Mom and dad are there for the kids. The respect of your family, the respect of your community. You understand? Don't risk that. Don't risk that, and don't try to justify it by saying, I'm trying to make ends meet. Because the consequences, listen to me, y'all. The consequences of that is too high. Too high. Too high. Because now, Tim is sitting around, and he probably is going to miss out on a lot more. Because now he has to tell her something. He has to tell old girl something. Because if he don't, it's going down in that parking lot. And you're going to have to tune in to the next episode to find out what he tells and how this thing plays out. It's been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.
I've been trying to breathe underwater.